Skizzili's Strange Endeavours. Chapter 2. A Fun Trip to Chernobyl. We're going to Chernobyl to do what now? Skizzili flapped his hands out dramatically as he spoke. Skizzili, I've told you this 5 times already. We're going to Chernobyl to retrieve the magic treasure map, to lead us to the Prosperity Metro. Despacito spoke in a cheerful tone, despite being tired of Skizzili's shit. The gang sat inside the HIV hangar, waiting for their airplane to be fueled. A man dressed in a brown leather jacket entered the hangar and motioned to them to come outside. He led them to a fancy jet airplane standing on the runway. "Sweet, we're going to ride in that thing?" Skizzili shouted, jumping in the air as he did so. The gang entered the airplane and got in each of their seats, while Skizzili ran over to the ice cube machine present on the plane and pressed the button, ejecting ice cubes en masse onto the floor. Despacito buried his face in his hands in frustration and walked over to Skizzili. "Hey buddy, we're gonna take off soon. Get seated, okay?" Skizzili sighed and got seated right behind Despacito. Throughout the whole flight, Skizzili tormented Despacito with a million "Are we there yet?" The plane intercom buzzed to life as the pilot announced they would be landing in Kiev soon. Despacito looked around the airplane to see Got asleep in a drunken haze, Hunter polishing his favorite M1 grenade rifle, and Dolkin facing in and out of the wall. His gaze shifted to the roof as a loud bump was heard, followed by several smaller bumps. The intercom once again buzzed to life. "Ladies and gentlemen, we are expecting small amounts of turbulence as it seems. We are flying through a thick swarm of crowds. Stay seated and prepare for landing." Before the pilot could finish his sentence, a hole was torn in the airplane as a crowd the size of a car stuck its beak through the airplane. A loud boom was heard as all their baggage was thrown violently out of the hole. "Shit, we need to get the fuck out of here now," Despacito shouted. He got out of his seat and slapped Got, who was somehow still asleep, across the face. He handed everyone a parachute and jumped out of the hole. Hunter and Got soon followed suit, jumping out of the hole and deploying their parachutes. Dolkin face down onto the ground in an instant, leaving Skizzili back on the plane. Skizzili held the parachute in his hands, unsure of how to use it. He fumbled around with it and accidentally released the emergency parachute, making the whole thing useless. He threw it away as he got ready to jump out of the plane. He took a deep breath before leaping to what he thought would be his death. He plunged down towards the ground and lifted his hands over his face to brace for impact. Out of the corner of his eye, he could see a creature with its head as a ship steering wheel. Its body was slim and was covered in old world maps. On its palms were compasses, pointing in different directions. "What the fuck?" was all Skizzili could utter before he felt his body accelerate upwards. He seamlessly teleported to 2 meters above ground, seamlessly stopping his fall to the death. He landed on the soft grass below, to the amazement of the boys. "What the fuck was that?" Skizzili groaned as he patted his arm, wounded from the fall of 2 meters. "Right, everyone in good condition?" Despacito spoke, ignoring Skizzili's completely. God and Hunter nodded as they unequipped their parachutes. "Then let's go find this map of ours," Despacito enthusiastically uttered. He stopped for a moment, sensing an awfully menacing aura in the air. Suddenly, the air was flooded with the sound of crows cawing. A swarm of crows appeared and flew towards the gang. The crows turned into smoke as a man dressed in a 2019 New Year sunglasses stepped out. He wore a blue trench coat which masked most of his face and legs. He laughed maniacally as he lifted his hands up in the air, manifesting a lone crow at his fingertip. Not so fast, big boy. To be continued.